Well, hello there, all you wild, weird, wonderful, wacky people out there live in YouTube land. How the hell are you? Are you good? I hope so. I hope you're having a brilliant day. You deserve to have a fantastic day. I hope the weather is really nice where you are. It's a little bit drizzly today, but not too bad on the whole. So we just give it a few minutes for people to land in. Um, yeah, I'm going to have to try and get my lives back to the way I was. I've just had so much. Hey, Crafty, how you doing? I had so much going on that yeah, I haven't really been able to go live. Oh, on COVID, yeah, like this man noodles woman, she's off her head. Like she's just not well in the head, and it's obvious that she won't let Ali speak because she's afraid of what she's going to say. And I don't even know what's going on with those people, but she refuses to let her speak. But actually, do you know what I'm going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about oh God, the serial killer we were talking about. Sorry, Craft, you just put it out of my head now. Sorry, hang on, let me think. Um, oh Christ, what is his name? Anybody in the class? Can you remember the serial killer's name we were talking about? Um, thanks, honey. Come on, there's a few of you in. What's the name of the serial killer we were doing? Ed Gein. That's who it is. Ed Gein. So Gein. Sorry, I always say Gein. So for the rest of the class, I'm gonna have to give you a few minutes to come in because we did start doing Ed Gein. Thank you, Lady Witch. How you doing, lovely lady? We did start doing Ed Gein, and yeah, I had a family emergency. I had to go to Dublin and back, and I haven't still managed to finish the series, but I think we can probably go on the stuff that I know already because I think it's been around a long time. So it's nothing new that we're learning about him. Hey, our Brian. Hey, Dilly, how you doing, honey? I hope you're feeling well, love. I hope you're doing okay. Um, I'm so sorry to hear about your friend, love. It really was. I know when somebody passes that way, it's just, yeah. I'm sorry, darling. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Um, okay, I'll sit back down. I was trying to get all my little jobs done. Then I ended up on COVID's panel, getting very shouty and angry with a woman called Noodles, Mare Noodles or somebody. Hey, Kiss, how you doing? I've dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. But I think we'll go back to Ed, Mr. Ed Gein. Now, it's mad to think that we were all still alive when he died. He died in 1989 in a mental institution in the USA. Um, okay, we'll go back. God, I wish I had my notes with me. Anyway, we don't need to get into the wheres, whens, and whys, but he had a mother and a father and an older brother. And the mother was very, very, very not Catholic, she's very Christian. She was a very, very, very Christian woman, and just didn't want to partake in any kind of intimate life with her husband, because he was a drunk, and yeah, he just never came home. He never had any money. She was the one who really kept that family afloat, and I think she really sort of demeaned him. And sorry, my dog is looking for kisses. Okay, there you go. Oh, no, that's enough. Yeah, she demeaned him and like was really quite horrible to him, but he kind of cowered under her sort of abuse as well. He didn't have a backbone. He didn't stand up to her and anything like that. Maya, stop. Oh my God, these two dogs today are driving me nuts. No, we're not playing Bluey at the minute. No. So can you imagine a little boy all through his years growing up? They'd get up at the crack of dawn. They had a farm. They would go to work. They would come in, and for at least 2 hours, it would be Bible, 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 Bible studies, Bible studies, Bible studies. And women were the sin of everything. Women were the worst things that God ever put on the earth. They were immoral. They were sinners. They were sin itself incarnate. They were just all the horrible things of this earth. That's what she indoctrinated to them. That's what she bet into their heads. The older brother seemed to have a little bit more about him. he kind of was pulling away from all that indoctrination stuff his mother was pushing down his neck. I mean, she really tried to make them into, I really don't know. She wanted them at her beck and call 24 hours a day with no influence from any outside or any other people, full stop. You didn't watch the show, but yeah, oh yeah, he was just absolutely demented. When I say demented, I don't I don't think he was mad. I really don't think he was mad, and I don't think he was cruel either. Um, because the two women that he did shoot, he didn't torture them. He didn't, he didn't prolong anything in any way to freak them out or frighten them. It was like shot to the head. So he wasn't cruel. But what he did afterwards was just, yeah, it was just a different type of lunacy. So that's the one thing I think I can say about Ed Gein, was that he wasn't cruel. Yeah, poor old Dilly. I know. I mean, as I say, losing somebody in that way is just so difficult, because it does leave a lot of questions, a lot of feelings, a lot of everything. It's hard. It is hard. Having family and friends that have passed in that way through the years, it's devastating. The one thing that I can say is always reach out to people, no matter how bad the situation is. Always reach out to somebody, your friends, family, whoever, even a stranger. And if you're more comfortable speaking to a stranger, then please go to therapy. If you are having those kind of feelings, if you're really feeling that low and you're having very negative thoughts, I would beg you to go and see somebody, go and talk to somebody. Now, there's the likes of Pieta House. I can talk about Pieta House because I know them very well. And they are worldwide. I don't know what the services are like in the UK. Pieta House, their services are free. They do bereavement counselling for families and friends, and it's all free. They do counselling for people that are having negative thoughts, shall we say, or who are having some sort of suicidal ideology or things like that. They do counselling. They do a lot of things. And if you can believe that their youngest client was 6, that should wake everybody up. 6-year-old with suicidal thoughts. I mean, that's just so sad. So they are a great body of people. The work they do is unreal, and I will always continue to support them. But they're the type of people that anybody can reach out to. And if their services aren't for you, they will be able to link you in with services that are the right place for you. No negative thoughts. I have kids and grandchildren, just very, very broken heart. Oh, no, no, no. I don't mean you, darling, in particular. I don't think you have negative thoughts. I know you have a wonderful family and you idolize them and they idolize you, and that's how it should be. But just people in general, or maybe some of his friends and family that could benefit from a little conversation. I know it's a hard conversation to start, but yeah, Pieta House is a great place to start. If anybody who needs those services, they are there and they are free. Okay, does anybody want to talk about Ed Kemper? Ed Kemper, oh my God, he's another one I'm going to do. Ed Gein. If not, we can move on to something else. Because I know I didn't do my notes or anything for today. So what we could talk about, does anybody know Men Noodles? Does anybody know what this woman's waffling about? Because she's she tried to have a go at me on COVID's live, which is kind of funny. Yeah, is she really off the head? Does anybody know this woman? Gentle hugs. I know. Oh, good woman, Lady Witch. It is very sad. Yes, sucks monkey's pox. I love that. Hey Shaz, how you doing? I keep hearing about her, but I don't know who she. Yeah, I keep hearing about her too, and I've no idea who she is. But she seems to be making her presence felt around a lot of people now, and it's like, where did you come from? Who are you, and why are you here bothering people? You know? Yeah, meh noodles, meh noodles. Yeah, she's fucking weird. But she called me a retard, and I just sort of lost it a little bit on her. But however, we shall march on. She's probably still over there on COVID's, just being irritating and whatever. But however, oh, people are funny. I've seen her video dancing. You've seen a video of May Noodles dancing, have you? What's her problem? I really don't know. She seems to have many, many, many of them, and I wouldn't even know where to start. But if she's pissed Vids and Mel off, like really pissed them off, and many others, I'm inclined to think that she's a real nasty cow. Seemed you wouldn't know Andy, but she got rid of Andy's channel. Andy's a really nice guy. Andy Cruz. His channel's pretty cool, and it was a nice place to go and hang out. And yeah, she struck him, but there's been a lot of chaos between those two for quite a while. And she's nasty, she spreads lies about people, and really nasty lies. But as far as I'm concerned, you are the people you hang around with is telling to me. So as far as I know, I think she's friends with another person that I don't like over that side. You've heard of Andy Cruz? Yeah, Andy, he's lovely. He's a really nice guy, and he has a nice little channel over there. I've often gone in and hung out and had a bit of crack with them. I think he had me up once, and he got me to sing. What the hell did he get me? Danny Boy, and I just did like one line of it. I was like, I'm mortified, Andy. Don't come on, do it with your sweet Irish voice. I was like, fucking hell. He hasn't heard me roaring at people. Hang on, I just dropped the link. Oh my god, I have to stop eating bacon. It's so salty. I love smoked bacon. And yeah, my mouth now is dry. I think most of the creators and drama stuff are completely nuts to be. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's just I muted myself, and then it dropped. I just thought I can't listen to this. Like, everybody's screaming and shouting, and nobody's getting a chance to speak. So there's never anything resolved. And look, I'm oh sorry, I'm no angel where that's concerned. I know when I get angry, I let off and I just go full steam. But there was a few people up there, and it's hard to get a point across when everybody's screaming at everybody. So it's just, yeah. So everybody will come away from that live now today pissed off and angry, and nothing will get done or resolved. Well, however, it was a bit of a laugh. Let me see. I'm finishing off last night's chicken tikka calzone. What? Chicken tikka calzone, you infidel! How very dare you? You're putting Indian on Italian. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wild boar curry. You are not Shaz, are you? Wild boar. Oh my god! I had wild boar in Italy, and it was absolutely amazing. I had the ragu, wild boar ragu. Oh my god! It was just to die for. It was delicious. Where are you, Shaz? Are you like on holidays? Are you in? I think you're the UK. I'm not even too sure. Oh my god! There's two pure white doves. Oh wow! Oh, that's so cute. It's lovely, slow cooked. Are you at home, Shaz, or are you on holidays, love? Because if you can get wild boar at home, Jesus, I'm sure I might be able to get it over here as well, because it's just so nice. It really is. You're in Cumbria. Okay, so yeah, okay. Wow, I'm gonna ask my butchers, can you get wild boar, because it's something that I've never seen in a butcher's here. But then again, maybe they have it and I've just never asked for it, or maybe I've never come across it. Okay, cool. It's nice to know that you can get it. Yeah, I know. I've just never seen it in my butchers. I'm out in the countryside, so it wouldn't be like the big butchers that you'd get in the city or anything like that. So I don't know if they'd have it. Won't be the first Indian on top of an Italian. Oh Lord. So is it the yeah, I'm not even gonna go there on that. So yeah. But that's terrible. How can you mix Indian with Italian? That does your head not get all confused as to what it is that you're eating? Am I eating Indian or am I eating a pizza? I don't know. I do like a calzone pizza, but uh Indian on a pizza, oh no, I think you'd never be served in Italy, that's for sure. Already. Oh, okay. Our farm shops have it here. Oh, right. Okay. I must ask for it. So I'm sure they have it here. I have to ask for it. It's like garlic and bread. It's like garlic. Yeah, I do love garlic bread. I make my own though. I don't buy it. I just, yeah, I prefer making my own garlic bread. At least I know what's gone into it. Anyway, what was I going to say to you? Yeah, so if anybody was about last night, I think everybody was. JC went live last night with Salty, and it was a great live. It was a really really good live. Um, Again, I have to say the stuff that some people put out, namely Helen, what she's putting out on her YouTube channel is absolute nonsense. And you know, JC hits her with the truth bombs time and time again, and she just doesn't seem to get it. And as for that dropping that cartoon loon, dropping those little comments, what did you think we're all going to run with it? No, no, we're not so disinterested in the both of you. We couldn't give a shit. Like, it was a great live. It really was. It was a great live. But you can always depend on JC and Salty for a good live. They're so funny together when they start. I'm definitely gonna try and get my laptop up and running because I have no idea how to do StreamYards from a laptop. I've always used my phone. I've used my phone for everything. I've used it as a laptop. I've used it for absolutely everything. So um, going back to a laptop now, I feel like I'm going back, going back to the Stone Age. But yeah, let me see. Did I miss anything? Wagyu. Your butcher sells wagyu as well, and ostrich, venison. Oh yeah, we get venison. Um, I must ask him about the boar. Ostrich. Have you eaten ostrich, Brian? Wagyu looks horrible. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to lie, but it looks rotten, fatty. Ugh. Um, have any of you ever eaten ostrich, Brian, or has anybody ever tried an ostrich egg? Anyone? No, I haven't tried one either. I wouldn't mind trying one. The eggs are absolutely massive. But yeah, I think the only ones I've had is quail, duck, and hen. I don't think I've had anything. Yeah, no, me either. I don't think I've had anything sort of, fantastically exotic as ostrich eggs. Definitely haven't tried ostrich. Venison, my dad always gets. Boar, I've had, but I didn't know I could get here. I love duck eggs too. I love duck eggs too, but I don't like them scrambled. I find them very luscious, very rich. I take a bite or two and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm done. But I do love a nice fried duck's egg or a boiled duck egg. It's really nice. I used to love Banty eggs. What's a Banty egg? In here in Ireland, Nana used to make this when we were all kids. A gookie egg, she used to call it. It was like egg and bread in a cup, and she'd sort of bash it up, and we'd eat it when we were kids. We used to love that when we were kids. But yeah, she called it a gookie egg, a banty egg. I've got bantam hens. Oh, have you? I had Rhode Island Reds, and I loved them. They were just the sweetest little things. In the end, oh God, I loved them. I used to love when they'd run up to you. When you'd come in, they'd run up to you, their little wings out. So I had to pick them up, give them a little cuddle, give them a little kiss, and rub their heads. Like they're real little angels. They're sweet. Mini eggs from the chickens. You had mini eggs. Oh, when they first start laying, was it, Lisa? Mini eggs from the chickens. Oh, okay. Anyway, so if anybody wants to come up for a chat, please do. I think Salty and why is this not doing it for me? I'm really not organized today at all. If anybody wants to come up and have a chin mic, please do. Bantam, I just remembered them as Banty eggs. Okay, okay. Okay, I get you. I thought, oh, is that, a different type of something that I've never heard of? Ooh. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm still trying to work out that person, Mare Noodles. She's mental. You can't have a conversation with the woman. You can't talk to her. You can't say anything to her. I was kind of winding her up a little bit. When I was in chat, she's saying to people that she's got narcolepsy, and I asked her, was that why she was so miserable? Because she's afraid to laugh in case she falls asleep. But and she is miserable. I mean, all she does is whinge, whine, and complain. Whinge, whine, and complain. That's all she does. So it was kind of funny. And well, yeah, when I went up, then she called me a retard. I was like, yeah, okay. I have to go back over that live. I know she said something to me, and I just stopped. I said, what did you just call me? And somebody else started talking. I think Vid started talking because he knew I was about to go apeshit on her. But I'll have to go back through that live. I want to find out what it was that she said to me, because she said something under her breath. That seems to be her. Oh, your foot is sticking into me, baby. Move your foot. That seems to be her MO, because Mel pulled her on that before. Surely you weren't poking the bear. Like, me? Moi? Oh, no, 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 no. C'est moi? No, 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 no. Used to watch her lives, but it was ages ago. Yeah, and is she mad, or does she? I don't know. I mean, it seems like she's a real fucking liar. Like, I mean, she seems to have lied about absolutely everything in her life. Like, she was everything. She's been uh I don't know, she worked on the ambulances, and she was this and she was that and she was this, and like, oh, that was years ago. She's like 32 or 33, and she's like lived all these hundreds of lives where she's done all of these jobs, marketing and business, and the list goes on and on and on. And she's like 32, I think she said, or 33. I don't understand her. Like, she can do 8-hour lives, and she's got like a few little kids, like small kids, I think. Not talking about her children, not into that. I'm just saying the fact that she's got little ones at home. How do you get to spend 8 hours while she was asleep? Right. Hang on a second. What am I missing? Did she work at Cohen Davis too? I think she might have. I think she might have. When she was sleeping 8 hours. Yeah, she does 8-hour lives. She says she's only online once a week. And that's not true. If she's not on panels, she's like in people's comments, or she's posting, and like, she's constantly on here. She's on a lot of panels, but like, she likes to say, oh no, I'm only on here once a week. And so that was proved wrong, and a lot of things that she said has been proved wrong. But like, what is biting her arse? I want to know what has set this off, because it doesn't. I can't seem to get to the heart of the matter, because everybody's talking over each other. But like, I wonder what has started all this shit. Who was the original agitator? Who was the original agitator of the Noodle Woman? Who was it? Hands up. Because she's fairly pissed. But I think she's, anytime I've heard her, she sounds the same. She always just sounds like she's pissed off, and fuck you, and this, that, and the other. Like, just, I mean, if that was her mannerisms at a bedside, and if she had patience, wow. Once a week, if it's for days at a time. Oh my god, days at a time. Holy shit. Is AD actually appealing, or is this case ongoing? I'm so confused. Okay, Lisa, no, the case is going on, because obviously there's no remedies, there's no nothing like that yet, because AD has got an appeal. I don't know if maybe you missed it. He asked the judge, did they actually read his evidence? They said no. So he's basically, they're doing that now, because they were just going on what Frankie's solicitor had said, which is, as we all know, we found them out in a lot of porky pies. They're not exactly a very reputable company. I wouldn't have imagined so. Um, just by the way they've handled themselves with a few people on here, they've accused somebody of bullying them, for posting true things about their company, but they won't have that, so they got her to remove it. JC, they accused her of bullying them. I mean, solicitors, please give me a fucking break, you know. Lisa, so am I. Thanks for the thought, though. Um, yeah, no, it's still going on. I mean, there is no remedies yet, and I don't know if there ever will be remedies. That's something that we're going to just have to wait and see, you know. um I hope they actually do take the time to read AD's defense, because he's entitled to one, you know. And if that's the case, the thing that I want to know is, would he ever come back to YouTube, do you think? I mean, to be honest, once he gets voted in the clear, if he gets voted in the, I don't know, if he gets, you know, if he doesn't get any charges or anything like that, and he's, he doesn't have to pay anybody anything, what would you think? Would you think he'd come back to YouTube? What do you think people's reactions to him coming back to YouTube would be? If he wins the case, if AD wins, do you think, would he be welcome with open arms back on YouTube, or what do you think? He's appealing, so everything's on hold till that's settled. Should resume in January. Yeah. Oh, that was the latest. Yeah, resume in January. Yeah, because it's coming up to the Christmas and all that kind of thing. I'd like to see him on again. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Mixed reactions, I think. Yeah, I agree. To be honest, I'm not as big a fan of. I'm not going to lie about that, but I think what they've put that man through is just appalling. I mean, they are every bit as guilty as what they're accusing AD of. All of them, every one of them, they are guilty, and worse, because he's never called them any horrible names. He's never once doxed anybody. He's never, as far as I know, used anybody's real name. I didn't watch the man. I stopped watching him, I think, after about a week after I started to watch him. And then I just thought, oh no, you're too annoying. Then I found everybody else, and the Ruzek thing, and I joined on that, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately, because of the way it all ended, but I'm very glad with the friends that I made. Um, Great mixed reaction. I think he will do a big FU on YouTube to everyone that tried to down him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just because you might win your case in court. I don't know if that's an immediate sort of you'll get your channel back on YouTube. Like, he does have other channels. So I'm surprised he never came back on one of them. But yeah, I suppose we all have to just wait and see. But I don't care if he comes back and done all that nonsense. I feel stupid that I got involved in for. Yeah, me too, Lisa. Me too. But it'll be just interesting to see what would happen if he came back. Do you know what? I would actually like to see him back, because, like, the stuff that his daughter had to put up with. Did you hear Kaka last night? And she seems like a lovely woman, I must say. She does seem like a genuinely nice lady. Like, his daughter, what they said and done, that horrible man, that horrible, greasy, yucky, yuck. I don't even have enough words for him. He's just greasy and smelly looking. That fella, Scott, ugh. The songs that he made up about his beautiful daughter, his baby. I mean, she's the youngest. And I can't imagine how that man must have felt for that. That was disgusting. That was really disgusting, what he'd do and what he wouldn't do. He's just a filth bag. I thought he could be really funny. Yeah, me too. It's a shame we all got so emotionally involved in a certain family. Oh, who are you telling? Who are you telling, love? But I met great people. Yeah, I know. Me too. There's other creators still covering the Watts case. Brian, there's so many more people now covering the Watts case. It's unbelievable. There's new channels that have popped up left, right, and centre, and all of their content is just the Watts case. So I want somebody to explain to me why they only picked on AD. I know he's outside the USA. They don't have the same laws, all of that kind of stuff. I get it. I get it. But there are other UK channels, Irish channels, whatever. You know, there's lots of other channels that are talking about the case and saying the same things, if not actually worse. And actually, I'm going to say so far as they are worse than AD ever was. You know, AD wasn't malicious. I'll give him that. Yes, a fantasist completely. Pervy, yeah. Creepy, yeah. Could be at times, but he didn't go about things that way, you know. So I'm still baffled about why it's only AD that they went after. I don't get it. Does anybody else have any answer to that? Because I still don't get why only AD. Brian, there's some awful creators covering the case. They blame Shanann for the crime and thinks he was innocent somehow. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, those people are just, you know, they're idiots. What can you say? Right, Dilly is a scrub. I've seen a new twist. It was his girlfriend and her male friend. Oh, Jim, yeah, no, I've seen that one too. It's just it gets more fantastical. And they chose AD because he was the biggest. AD went after NK, which I didn't like. No, I agree. I don't think they should have ever gone after NK, to be honest. But then again, you know, I'm going to be honest here. And I know I don't think Salty or JC would probably agree with me, but I am actually sitting on the fence about NK and her involvement with it. I don't believe the tears and half of the stuff in that interview. I can tell when she's acting, when she's not acting, and you know, why, that bit. And then he asks her a question, and she's supposed to be distraught, crying, and like that, the tap turns off, and she stops, and she's talking. You know, so I don't believe a lot of the stuff that she came out with, but we've got to, as they say, believe the police that they've looked into her and they've investigated her. But I still feel weird that she was telling the detective and her father, oh no, I'm not giving you Jim's info and leave Jim out of it and all this kind of thing. Like, you don't get to tell a detective who's, you know, investigating a familicide with the deaths of 4 people who they can and can't speak to, you know. That I found weird. I mean, she and her father seem to be running that whole talk, you know. They seem to be running that, and that I found that was very weird. That whole interview should have just been her and maybe her solicitor. I don't know, is the father acting? I don't know. Probably I switched off from that a long time ago, but it's just weird. That's all I'm going to say. It's just weird. And the other thing that I've always thought, yeah, you know what, I think they have something here. That so-called person that walked out of the house, that AD thought it looked like NK. I have to agree with him. I do have to agree with him. I thought, and I do see a ponytail, and I know I'm probably the only, well, maybe I'm not the only one, but I do see a ponytail. Um, so that's just me. And I'm not trying to stir up anything or whatever. I've always sort of had those feelings. They're just what I see and my take on it. But again, who knows? Hey, Cassius, how's it going? That Calzone looked the business. Oh, come on. I've been just telling him he can't be having an Italian on top of or he can't be having an Indian underneath an Italian. That's just not going to do it. A certain goblin family's ear convinced him to go to AD because he couldn't do it himself. In my opinion, a certain goblin, yeah, had. Oh my god, I hate this on this app. Had the family's ear and convinced them to go for AD because because he couldn't do it himself. Right? Okay. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, that's, you could think about that one. I was blocked at ADs in March. Oh, I can't remember when I was blocked. I was blocked a long, long time ago as well. Yes, Lisa, that as well. Shaz, November 2018 for me. I don't even remember. Jesus, you people are brilliant. will never remember a year, a date, time. No, that's just not in my head, unfortunately. I think she hid a lot of stuff regarding her relationship with CW, and that made her look shady. Yeah, I agree. Look, we all know there's going to be things that a couple says, possibly does with each other that it's maybe a little bit out there, and you don't want to be telling a police officer about whatever it is you get up to under the sheets. But it was an investigation. You've got to be open and honest with these people, or you're just going to make yourself look as shady as shit. Like a century ago, did anyone see, hey Tracy love, how are you, did anyone see the recent video of her, was she at a friend's from more? That's right, Tracy. Yeah, it was I think her friend's husband or something to that effect. It was, yeah, a funeral, and she was giving out the pamphlets. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about her, is the honest truth. Do I feel that she knew more and maybe was far more involved than she let on? Yeah, I do. But again, we've got to believe that the police over there investigated it and went the whole. But we know, actually, what am I talking about? We know that they didn't go the full whole hog because the clock stopped, didn't it? And they were told to down tools, that they had their man, no need for investigation. So I suppose that's still up in the air as well. I mean, would they be able to go forward with that information, or just on bits of information that they had? I don't know. That's a question now that I'd have for Salty Girl or JC if they were around. If they suspected that NK was involved and she knows more, she knew more, was involved more. What would they do now that they, even though they had their man who was the killer, uh, did the clock stop on NK too? I don't know, is the honest answer to that, and I would like to know. I've just switched it. Us got can eat what we like. Yeah. I know. Yeah, yous are all skinny yolks. Tracy, it was pretty crazy. Like, we was watching the crime blow by blow. Yeah, I know. I'm sure everyone around her doesn't care. It's people on here that judge, I'm afraid. Oh yeah. Like, oh, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm missing things. I think Chris. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, I've missed stuff. This thing is a nuisance because it keeps swapping around. NK was under arrest during those interviews, so having her father there wasn't an issue. I would never talk to the police alone. Is her father a solicitor or a lawyer, or whatever they call themselves over there, a lawyer? Because I don't know that. I just never zoned into the father and her. I wasn't really interested. It was just, I was more interested in why the clock was stopped, and why, as police officers, if they had a hunch, why they couldn't continue on until it came to a resolution. And yeah, her solicitor, he must be her solicitor then. Shows up till then, she disappeared off the face of the earth. I think she got a new name as well. I'm not sure about the new name, but I do know Jim is still out there posting on his Instagram and just living his life. I think the last he posted, I think they were in Australia, and they were, he's a geologist, and he was out there talking about the rocks and stones over there. So, I mean, he's still out there doing his thing. So, I think Chris confessed, and they wanted case done and dusted quick as possible. I do think so too. He said didn't he say he held his hands up to the crime because he didn't want to put the family through a court case? I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all, because he has no empathy. The man hasn't got no empathy. So if you believe that, like, if he could put his two little girls into those horrible things that he put them into, and you mean to tell me then that he felt, oh, so sorry for the family, that he was going to cop the murder charge? No, I don't believe that for 1 minute. The man has no empathy. Tracy, it was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, that's the one I read earlier on. I'm sure everyone around here doesn't care. It's people on here that judge, I'm afraid. Yep. I know Tammy Lee, CBI woman, I know she didn't want the clock stopped. That's very true, Tracy. She got quite annoyed with that. I know, because I remember seeing her interview. Didn't she do a couple of interviews? I think she only done 2 interviews, Tracy. Correct me if I'm wrong. but I think it was the second interview that she did when they were asking her about, stopping the clock, and she was saying that she wanted to continue on. So I always wondered, if they continued on, what else would they have found, and would they continue on to do it in private? I wonder, just for themselves. Because if I was on something like that and I was in their shoes, even though I'd be told, okay, the case is closed, yada, 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 I'd still quietly be looking away. But that's just me. And I'd probably last all of like a day in that job. I'd get sacked. But yeah, he's an evil, evil man. He wanted his cake and eat it, and he didn't know how to make that happen. And in his head, his answer was just get rid of them all. And he just didn't care, you know? But I'm wondering what was the. I know we can all say, "Oh, Nicky was the catalyst," but what was the part? Where did he? How did he arrive at, and how did he come to it in his head that this is going to be completely acceptable? Get rid of all my family, then I can go off into the sunset with Nicky. What part of his head, I wonder, or how? Because people get divorced, you walk away, you get divorced. Okay, your life is, or your finances are a little bit up in the air because you've got your kids to look after. But, you chose to do the dirty. So, tough shit. The lead detective left. Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was his name again? It was a very peculiar name. The lead detective, due to PTSD, people had. Oh, yeah. That's it. Broom Hoover. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I actually remember seeing him interviewed. I mean, that man was rightly done. She did a couple of interviews, yes, and she looked shocking, crying in some parts, trying to explain what first responders found in survey. They're never going to be the same. Yeah, I know. Hey, Six Banger, how you doing? Bam Hoover, that's the one. I can't imagine what it must have been like for those men and women that were there when they finally broke into those two battery tanks. I can't imagine what it must have been like for them. There's no statute of limitations for murder, so if something legitimate comes up that connects her to the actual crime she's done, but an affair is not illegal. No, 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 and I know that. Look, her morals weren't. Hey, Frida, her morals weren't on trial. You know what I mean? Even though some might like them to be, but her morals weren't on trial, and neither were his. But I definitely feel that she knows more, and I think possibly was far more involved than she likes to pretend. Like we all know she was looking at wedding dresses. We all know she was looking at all sorts of things, and she said she didn't know Shanann was pregnant. We know she was stalking her Facebook page. So it's like, when did they take her to task over the lies that she told them? Was she ever taken to task over the lies she told them? Or did they just let it go? I just don't get it. You said they stopped with girls as every one of the nights he didn't want them to be alone, and that was a stranger who went off sick because of case. God, that is so sad. That is so, so sad. Yeah. I mean, yeah, two little babies. I mean, I can't imagine the effect that it must have had on everybody that went there that day. I mean, the safety element alone. I mean, we all know that was incredibly flammable. I mean, the whole place could have gone up, bang, like with the smallest of spark. That's all it took. So it was, yeah, it was an incredibly dangerous situation. Unfortunately, not for the children because they were gone, but for the people who were trying to recover the bodies, that was an incredibly dangerous situation. And I'm often wondering, did he know that when he was putting the children in there that you know people might have not think about it because of how hard it would be to a push the bodies in and b get them back out? Was he thinking he'd put them in here knowing that would be so troublesome that they just wouldn't be able to retrieve them? I don't know. Or was it something that he just done on a whim that he wasn't genuinely thinking? I don't know. Let me see. Back up, if I can go back up. Exactly, she might not have known, but I think she suspected something was coming. I think she knew a little bit more, Lady Witch. I really do. I feel she believed. I feel she knew a lot more and she was involved a lot more. I know you hate me, but the wise one spoke no words over on vids. Ugh, whatever. I think they were seeing each other longer than what she said. Oh, hang on a second. How did you get in here? You're blocked. Sorry. Yeah, don't like you. Abe, I don't like you. You know you're not liked. Stop coming over here. Thanks very much. Just go away. Um, where am I? I think they're, yeah, they were. I think they were seeing each other a lot longer because that doesn't. A lot of what they said, a lot of what she said didn't make any sense at all. AD said that they, because they do the job they do, they become accustomed to what they see. That's not true. They are not machines. No, I don't know. I don't think so. Hey, Jen, how you doing? I think it was shame due to him being married with kids that caused her to hide certain things. Personally, I think that was what made her look shady. I agree, Lisa. I absolutely do agree. Oh, we're just talking a bit about your live last night and who's oh, don't worry about it, just a fool that I banned, and I obviously must have unbanned him, and now I've seen remembered why I banned him, so he's gone again. But yeah, no, I was just talking about NK, and I was just wondering out loud, I suppose, did they ever pull her over the lies that she told in her interview? Or do you? Hey, Genetic. I did say hey. Do you know that, Jen? If they ever pulled NK for the lies that she told in her interview with her dad, or even without her dad? Because I remember there was quite a few porky pies told there. You know, and even the part where she's going, why, and she's supposedly distraught, crying, but he asks her a question, and like that, she stops crying. The hysterics stop. I don't know about you, but if I'm hysterically crying, and somebody asks me a question, A, I won't hear it. B, I can't stop crying. So there was a lot of that I didn't believe and that I felt was very shady. She was hard to listen to. She did a lot of she did a lot of word salad. She did a lot of blustering, and just didn't want to be there. I can understand that. I can understand she didn't want to be there and be in that position. Jesus, Lord knows nobody wants to be in that position. But, you shouldn't have been messing around with a married man, you know? Um, it was the wedding ring conversation that, oh my God, yeah, just pawn it. I just felt that was so disgusting, so disrespectful. Just, I mean, that was just disgusting. I mean, if you didn't want your wedding ring, give it back to the person that gave it to you and let them do whatever the hell they want to do with it. The replay is there. Oh yeah, yes, Jen's live is still up. So for anybody who's missed it, if you want to catch up on all the latest AD court stuff, it's on JC's channel. Salty and JC were up, and so was Kiss last night. Really good, interesting live last night. Brilliant live. Sorry I couldn't join. I had stuff to do. I was nearly a week in Dublin, so when I came home, my house is still upside down. There's still things I have to do. Close your legs to married men. Yeah, I mean, look, it, ladies, there are so many men out there. You do not have to throw your eyes on a married man. Seriously, leave the married men alone. The cartoon loon has taken down her channel and hidden it now. Oh, you're joking me. Has she? Oh my God. Oh, she really is alone. You know that? She really is alone. Oh, I don't watch these things and I don't know what's going on. She is the first in there with her two pence, on everything that's happening. Oh my God. See, liars. They all just attract each other to themselves. You know what I mean? They attract each other because that's all they are. They're a bunch of liars. They just drive me mad. Um, One AD's mod come over and spoke from her perspective. Yeah, I mean, I still last night really. I mean, we had think about it. Put yourself in AD's shoes for a minute. He had this weirdo, this greasy, manky yoke on YouTube making up horrible songs about his daughter, what they do, what he wouldn't do. Then add to that about murdered children, not just dead children, murdered children. And one or two may or may not have been essayed, or I'm not monetized, sexually assaulted before they die. You know what I mean? Really class act. You know, that's they're that's the type of people that, you know, Lies Be Told and Helen and the rest of them, you know, look up to. You know, they're he seems to be the moral standard for YouTube. If that's the moral standard for YouTube, I'm fucking out of here. Because it means there are no fucking morals. Excuse my French. No, miss, I don't read, watch, or respond. Then Dirty deletes her word vomit on chip. I know. It's so annoying. Chuff and Dehan are still white knighting for the Rusex. They are not bothered about her. They wanted AD off YouTube. They got their day in court, and she still stalks him on Rumble. Look, she is going to stalk that man into his grave because that's the type she is. Can't defend the indefensible, so pull the runner. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. You know, again, when we were listening to Kaka last night, and what a lovely lady, and, you know, put across everything, you know, very, very well. But I really felt it last night. You know, as I said, put yourself in AD's shoes for a minute. All those nasty, horrible things that come out of that greasy fecker's mouth, you know, her pictures, and then, you know, referring to different body parts on her and all that kind of thing. And her dad, I mean, she is his baby. She was the youngest. That's his baby. And you were saying all these horrible, awful sexual things about her, and her dad's supposed to be okay with that. You're lucky. You are very lucky AD is a mild mannered man, because any other man would have gone around to your house and punched the face off you. You know? So thank your lucky stars that AD is the man that he is, that wasn't somebody else. Because somebody else would have gone around and rearranged your face for you. Scott. She's turning AD into a victim by doing this. Of course she is. But, you know, like, honestly, if they stood back away from this, they can't seem to do it, but if they stood back away from this and looked back at their actions, they're worse. They have behaved 10 times worse than AD ever did. And, you know, and for that reason, I'm going to say, yeah, I would actually like to see AD back on YouTube. I would. If nothing but to just purely annoy them, I would like to see him back on YouTube. I don't know if he'll ever get back on YouTube. I don't know if the man would even want to get back on YouTube, to be honest. You know, I think what he's put up with over the past few years has been absolutely appalling. The things that have been said about him, the lies that have been told about him. Like, you know what, Frankie, as Jen said, or was it Salty? One of you guys said last night, you know, AD, as far as we know, does not have a criminal record. He doesn't have, like, you know, a mugshot. I don't have a mugshot. I was never arrested or in jail, and nobody else that I know, friends wise, were ever arrested in jail. None of us have mugshots. Frankie's the only one that I know that's been in jail multiple times, arrested multiple times. You know, delinquency of a minor, drugs. You know, you ain't looking too sharp, pal. You know, you ain't looking too sharp. And then this is the way all your friends defend you. You know that, oh, you know, you've said you're taking AD to court because of slander and lies, yada yada yada. Okay. I remember at the beginning looking at this, saying he said you had a criminal record. You said lies. He said you were in trouble for drugs. Lies. No, no, that's not lies. So you're lying to a court. You're lying to a court in the UK about all of this, and you were found out. And I'm thinking, when the judge actually goes through everything that AD has supplied, hey, pain like pain, if AD go, or if the judge goes through everything that AD has supplied, he's going to see that it's all been a bunch of lies. And I think Cohen Davis tried to airbrush over everything, and try to push it through. And that's why when AD asked him, have you actually read my evidence? He said no. So now the judge is going through it, which I'm very glad about. I'm actually surprised that they didn't read it, but you know, Cohn Davis was trying to just push it through on the table, but thankfully that didn't happen. You know, how can you just preside over something when you haven't got all the facts, when you haven't even bothered to read all the facts? So I'm glad that that's changed, and the judge is reading the facts of the case. Oh well, his facts. Um, yeah, you know, it's one of those cases that it's just going to be spoken about even for years on end because of all the fuckery that went on with it. This is the strangest fundraiser, the weirdest fundraiser I've ever been involved in my entire life. And I've no desire to ever be involved in anything like it again, ever. Um, did I miss anybody? Frankie Jr., give me money because AD said I have a criminal record when I actually do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Like, how can you take somebody to court for telling the truth? It's not slander if it's true. Yet again, it's not slander if it's true. And that's true. You know, it baffles me. How did you think, okay, with now the age that we're living in, the age of technology and information, how did you think that your information wasn't going to somehow eventually reach the UK, Ireland, Europe, wherever? You're very, 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 very innocent, shall we say, if you thought that was never going to happen. I really don't get it. How did you think you were going to get away with it? Was for number one, when you were blatantly lying on the reasons why you were taking them to court. Yeah, Cameron donations. I know, but he, oh God, he was taking him to court for him lying about. Oh, do you know what? There's so many lies involved. Even the reason why he was taking him to court is lies. The reason it will probably, if maybe it gets struck out or whatever, is lies. And the more I say it, the more it's just a whole big lying bunch of shit that nobody should have ever stuck their toe into. Misleading. I made 2 posts on. Oh, good God, Bane, you're an absolute wagon. I'll look at them in a minute. That's semantics. Those charges are civil, not criminal. He knew that's just, yeah, I know, but still, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just lies all around. And the other thing that I have to say, and it really bothers me that his mum went on live saying, my son has never been in trouble with the police, ever. He has never once been in trouble with the police. Now, that kind of freaked me out. At the time, I believed her because it was just sort of hearsay, whatever. I had never seen any proof. And I just thought, oh, that's something that side is just putting out now because, you know, they're just slinging crap and seeing what'll stick. And then when I saw it, when I saw the charges, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, how did they think, as I said, in this world of now that we're living in, this time we're living in, of internet and, you know, technology and intelligence, how the hell did they think that like nobody was ever going to find out? They all thought they would fast track everything, get a quick settlement with a shakedown letters to AD, but so underestimated AD. Yeah, and you know what? I'm kind of glad. I'm glad they did, and you know, I'm glad for AD because he should never have lost if the judge never even read his his information. You know, it should never have been ruled on that. That to me is very, very fishy. You know, I would have very little confidence in the judicial system if that's how they're running things. And I don't think that's fair on anybody. And I would have said the same if it was the opposite way around. If it was like AD and Frankie, I would have said the same thing. Like, that's not fair. How can you run things like that? It's, you know, I have a post pinned under one of my many videos of Sandy saying her son has never ever been in trouble with the police in his whole life. Yeah. Oh, maybe it was your channel. I can't remember what live that was on. Do you remember what live that was on, Jen? Because I remember listening to it. Was it Outie or was she
Maybe he was replaying it from some other channel. I think it was on Outies I heard it. I'm not too sure. It was a long, long time ago now. I think it was when the wheels start falling off that the crowd justice, and then she had a go at me in Outies live. I mean, I could not believe the way I was snapped at and spoken to. I'm just like, oh my God, look, I understand that you have heartbreak. I understand that you have grief. I understand that you have anger and upset and all sorts of things. But, you don't go speaking to people who's giving you thousands of money, who's given you their art, who's given you their time, who's given you their patience, their care, and their talents, and for not just for an odd day here or there, every single day, every single day, all of us, all the time. I mean, it was us on the say, we'll say Irish UK time, and then you had Salty and Genetic and a few others on the US time, shall we say. And everybody was really doing their very best to get the right kind of judgment. At the time, we thought the right kind of judgment for this family that had been victimized so badly. So we thought. Sandy truly upset you. Yeah, it was. I was really upset by that. I was really upset by that because, um, like you, if you had been spoken to like that, Jen, you would have been upset as well because it was just in front of everybody on a live, and I just thought, wow. And the one thing that really stuck out to me, not one person said, "Oh, Sandy, I think you're misunderstanding what she's saying," because all is I'll tell you actually the day it happened. I remember it now exactly clear as day when we were all looking for Claire Morgan. Where did Claire go? I think it was an outie live. And she had been looking for Claire. Everybody had been looking for Claire Morgan. Claire Morgan seemed to have just vanished into the haze. She disappeared. And then the questions of why has the crowdfunding gone up again so much? I thought we hit everybody was going on, and there was so many questions. And all I said was, I think everybody needs to take a deep breath and take a step back. That was it. That's all I said. I think everybody needs to just calm down, take a deep breath, take a step back, because everyone was fighting it, arguing and asking questions. And oh my God, she went down my throat for the, she went down my throat, and I'm like, wow, okay. And then I said something else. No, I think you misunderstood me. And oh, went down me again. And I thought, right, that's it. Fuck you. You know. Um, I used to stay up till all hours in the morning to make sure that them and other people that we were all kind of in a community with at the time, shall I say, that weren't getting crap from other people. I used to stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes if there was a live or whatever and people were getting a load of crap. I'd stay up to make sure that, trying to defend people. I'm so sorry that I ever did. I really am. I'm so sorry I ever gave all that time. I mean, okay, the jewelry was one thing. Yes, it was expensive. I'm not going to lie, it was expensive. But the more expensive thing to me was my feckin' time. I gave them so much of it, and I'm so sorry I ever did, you know? But I'll never forget that. I will never, ever forget that. And I was sort of devastated because all my friends were in there as well, but not one of them stood up for me and said, you're taking this wrong, or, just take a breath there, calm down. No. So I thought, okay, well, if nobody's prepared to stand up for me in here right now, I don't have any friends in here. And that was how I thought about the situation. Right or wrong, that's how I felt. And I think I remember going in. That was it that day, that evening. I think I went into BAMS because I was really upset. And I told them what happened. And yeah, it was awful. I felt like shit. I felt like I've been wrung out, really wrung out, used, and just fucking thrown aside there when you ask a question. I didn't even ask a question. That's the part that pisses me off. I didn't even ask a question. If you go back through that live, you'll see what I said. Okay, guys, I think everybody needs to take a deep breath, whatever. And yeah. Oh, you remember Shaz? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Then I ended up in BAMS, but I had been going into BAMS, you know, in the evenings, just hearing both sides. I'm a Libra. That's what I do. I have to hear both sides of everything before I will make up my own mind and my own opinion on what's going on and what's not going on. And that's just the way I am. I like to have both sides of the argument, you know. And I thought most people do that, obviously not, but that's the way I was. And just because I'd been in BAMS a couple of times, that was all Helen and her little friends needed to start the whispers about me not sending out prizes or the things that people bought, which was rubbish. And you know, I knew something like that was going to start. So when I was posting things, I asked the post person for you can get proof of postal. So I asked for proof of postal for everyone that I sent. So I had proof of postal. I kept my receipts. I kept everything. So yeah, she was just a nasty cow as well. That other Helen and Sandy, nasty, nasty, nasty pieces of shit. Bam never let them forget what they did to you. No, she didn't. No, she never did. Bless her. You know, she never did. She never let them forget anything they did to anybody. In fairness, like she really did have a go at them. Um, hey Dar, how you doing, honey? How you doing? Good to see you, love. Did I say hello to everybody? I hope I did. I hope I'm not just rattling on and not saying hi to people. Yeah, so that was then. It's just insane. I can't believe how many years now later. Is it 4 years? 4 years later, it feels way longer. It really does. To me, it feels way longer. But yeah, I mean, all this shit's still going on, and I don't know. I know, Jan. I know. I cannot believe it's going on that long. She dragged them from the Y to the E. That's Kiss's saying. That's her turn of phrase. I'll drag you from the Y to the E. But yeah, poor old Bam. You know, she wasn't well for the last. I'd say the last year. Really, she changed. And I wish it was a better person, a bigger person that I could say I'd forgive and forget a lot of things. Now, yeah, definitely. And she's gone now, so what's the point? But yeah, that's just life, isn't it? She sure did, Brian, and they hated that she had their numbers. Oh, absolutely. I mean, she was the very first one that called out Claire Morgan. I remember it so well. She's not a fucking solicitor. She's not a fucking solicitor. She's not. I checked with the SRA, and she absolutely did. You know, she was doing whatever she was doing in the background. I will have I will have had my YouTube channel for 6 years come December. Oh my God. You can't change the past. No, you can't. So 6 years now. It's been, what, 8 years since the tragedy. So is it? Oh my God. 8 years since the tragedy. Holy Jesus Christ. So we've been on this rodeo for how long? Oh, this is insane. I'm annoyed with myself now, and I see kind of numbers like that. I get annoyed with myself. But uh, you know, I suppose when I say I'm not bothered about it anymore, pretty much like what Salty was saying, it's not that I don't care. I've invested in it too much. You know, time, energy, my talents, my goods, whatever. I've invested too much in it now, so I do want to see the outcome of what happens. That's it. That's all I want. I just want to see the outcome, and I'm going to talk about it. And if people don't like it, well, I'm sorry. That's just tough shit. God, I remember vibrating when I got on panel to defend Claire from BAM, and BAM was actually gracious with me. She could have chewed up and spit me out, but she didn't. I know, I know, I know. But you see, I think with BAM, her friends, especially her friends when they come up, she just let them go, and she's like, yeah, well, I know that they're going to find out in time, so I'm not going to give them a hard time. I know what they're going to find out, and they're not going to like it, you know. So I think that was how she was sort of operating with you and everybody else that was saying, oh, you're wrong, Bam, you're wrong. She was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. The way she would do it, no, I'm not. But yeah, bless her, you know, she was 100% 100% sure about it. She was saying somebody sent her. I don't know, can't remember, but she was doing her investigations in the background and was 100% sure. That was the shoutiest convo I ever heard. Bam, when she was asked my thoughts on Claire Morgan. Oh Lord, a lot of people have wiki, and that's too true. Too damn long. I'll never get involved with another family murder. Oh, Tamara, hiya, Tamara. Sorry, hiya, Tamara. You never get. Too damn. I'll never get involved with another family murder case again. Not after this fiasco. Tamara, I really don't blame you. I think we all feel the exact same. I really do. I think Bam knew deep down I was still being punked by her. Yeah, yeah. Most of us were. Yeah, it's true. Mo and Whiskey called her out before. Oh, did they? Okay, see, I never followed Mo and Whiskey. I just, if they're into fuckery and all that kind of stuff, I can't be doing that with my brain. It's just, it's too much lies and all that kind of thing. I can't be okay with it. Um, can we get an A1 in the chat if you're born and proud? Well, I'm Irish, darling. So, I'm not going to say that. Vicky Scott tried so hard to tell me she was a fraud. I blew her off saying that she didn't know what she was talking about. I don't know who Vicky Scott is. So she's obviously another YouTuber creator. Yeah, a lot of people seem to have the information a little bit before you guys did, and I just, I, I would love to know why somebody hasn't taken a case against her, Claire Morgan, um, for impersonating a solicitor and gathering funds. Doesn't matter whether it was for charity or whatever, illegally, because that's essentially what she did. She posted and posed herself as a solicitor, and it was for monetary gain. Maybe not for her, but it doesn't matter. She was fooling people into giving up their hard-earned cash, and I'm so annoyed about that. I really am. I'm really annoyed about it. Dimples knows all about that. I thought they were causing shit too. How wrong I was. I know Dilly seemed to know quite a bit then too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they knew a bit before that, but were worried to put it out at first. Yeah, of course they were worried because they knew full well that they were going to get their neck jumped on, probably by JC and Salty and all the rest of us. Like, we probably would have all gone in on them as well. Like, what are you talking about? You're talking shit, yada yada yada. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Vicky Scott is no longer here. She was Scarlett's. She was Scarlett's email and had oh, okay, no hiding place, private group. Oh, okay, no, I didn't know that. R.I.P. Vicky. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't know she passed. Oh, that's sad. I mean, how many people have passed since this whole nightmare began? We have lost so many people and so many fur babies as well. I know there's a lot of fur babies that have passed as well in the meantime, and I always have to add them in because they are my family too. Just a thought. Europe is 1 hour ahead of us, so why can't they tell us the lottery number? Oh, don't you start! Don't you start with that crap. Can we get two in the chat if you genuinely? Whoa, where am I? Genuinely love Norwegians on YouTube. Two. Can I just say two, 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 two all the way? I can't type. I don't think at the same time. What you want? Europe. Listen, Bane, we love you. Shut up. You're grand. um, I loved Abigail. Oh, Abigail. I know. She was such a sweetheart. She really was. She was an absolute sweetheart. There's so many that's passed. Um, yeah, and like, I mean, and there's people that are just not on here anymore. Lexi, do you remember Lexi? She had a channel. I think she was living in Canada, wasn't she? Wasn't she a Liverpool girl? A girl from Liverpool. Um, and she, I think, was living in Canada, and they got her channel down as well. Lexi, I think that was AD got her channel down. That was really sad. You put all of Abby's video on it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. No, I agree with you, JC. Yeah, I know. I mean, her work is her work, and it shouldn't be touched by anybody either. Especially now she's not here to defend herself. Yeah, Lexi was lovely. She was really, really lovely. And she had funny little videos with herself and her boyfriend or her partner or husband. I don't know whether she was married or not. But they had funny little videos and tinfoil hats and whatnot. And she was lovely. Like, she was very sort of straight to the point and, debunking and all sorts of things. But yeah, she was lovely. I'm so sorry that happened to her. I know she was so upset when her channel got taken down. It was just an extra few quid for them, at the end of a month. So yeah, that was awful. Can we get a six? Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Shut up, Bane. One of the most brilliant women I ever met. She was actually, she really was. She was a beautiful, beautiful woman. It was terrible what happened to Lex. I know it was horrible. I know she was so upset when her channel was gone because things over there weren't great for them financially, and she knew like YouTube was a plus and it was an extra, and she was very grateful for it. But they almost became to rely on it, for bills and things like that. And it gave them a small bit of breathing room. But when she lost her channel, she was devastated. It was horrible. I wish I said I was Swedish to begin with. You're a wagon jar. Uh, Let me see. Lexi was from, yeah, that's right. She was from Liverpool, as far as I remember. She had a Liverpoolian accent, lived in British Columbia. Okay, I saw her last comment under Lies Be Told video when the original Judgment for ID came out. Okay, I wonder has she been following all the stuff that went along since all the stuff we found out since. I wonder has she been following it all along. I'd actually love to hear from her. If anybody knows Lexi or has her email or whatever or contact info, tell her to contact myself or JC. I would love to have a chat with her, see how she's doing now, and if she's keeping up with the case, and if so, what does she think of it from where she left off to where we are now. I'd love to hear what she thinks of that. When I heard her voice, I knew there was something in that was different. Yeah, she was originally from the UK. That's right. Yeah, she was Liverpool. As far as I remember, I think she was Liverpool. No, definitely Liverpool. That was brutal when she lost her channel. It was horrible. It was so unnecessary. Really unnecessary. Shadowy Void. Yeah. Um, yeah, and there's another guy that's lost his channel now, Andy Cruz. Andy's another lovely, lovely guy, and they try to make him out as this pedophile and this, that, and the what's such nonsense. I mean, it's so much rubbish. I can't even begin to tell you. She's welcome on my channel. Yeah, absolutely. She's welcome on my channel as well. In fact, I'd love to see Lexi again. I was only sort of new to her channel when I watched her when she was obviously live, when she was working and things like that, when she'd come home, and then all of a sudden she was gone. And I couldn't understand what had happened because I'd been watching her along, and I didn't think she had said anything like really horrible or nasty or whatever. She would just debunk bit by bit by bit, and that was it. I don't think I blocked her. If by chance I have, just email me. Oh, brilliant stuff. Good woman. Yeah. So if anybody knows Lexi or is in contact with her still or has her number or whatever, can you pass on Jen's email, please? Or ask her to contact me or Jen in comments or whatever. You have JC's email there. It would be great. I would love to catch up with her. Yeah, I would love to see what she thinks of the whole mess now from where we were to everybody, we're all outside with pitchforks and the torches. We all wanted to burn AD, burn him to the stake, and now it's all very, very different. I can't stand being lied to. I really, I can't stand being lied to and taken for a fool. So yeah, this whole thing has really mightily pissed me off. That goes for any others feel they may have been blocked unfairly and are chitster and fucktards. Oh yeah, I agree. And yeah, same for me. That goes for me as well. And let me just put that up on screen. Yeah, and that goes for me as well. I mean, if you're willing to have a decent conversation, you may have a very different point of view or an opinion about how we feel about things. But if you're willing to have a proper conversation, come up and have, without shouting, roaring, calling people names, any of that, we don't need to do that. We're all adults. We can have a proper conversation without a screaming match being involved. And I would really like that. And I would love, as I say, I would love to hear from Lexi. And I hope she's doing well. If she's out there, Lexi, darling, I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I hope we can get you back on YouTube in some way, shape, or form. Poor Cassius is not, it's not easy spelling. What did he say now? What are you saying now, you lunatic? What did you type? I have to go back up. Not cooking. Oh, oh Lord. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a wild ride. Some people would think that we're all now sitting on the opposite side of the fence to where we started. No, I have to disagree with that. What I will say is I think we have removed ourselves from a very toxic situation and that people want to continue on with. Um, we have always stayed in the I want to tell the truth circle. And I want the truth. I not only want to tell the truth, but I want the truth told to me. You know, it's something that I've grown up with. My granny, even, like, I used to say to my children when they were growing up, if you lie to me, I will never trust you. I'll never, that's it, we're done. I don't know how I'd even be friends with you if you lie to me. But tell me the truth and we'll always be okay. Even if it's the worst thing in the world, just tell me the truth and, we'll get over it, But liars, I can't deal with it. Just can't. Just think about how many good people that lot have scared off YouTube. Oh, Dar, I know. Trying remote, all right. It's hard wearing gloves. Oh God, one of Salty's 50 phones. Oh Lord. Yeah, but it's true. How many people have they frightened off YouTube? And I know, like, Helen's little gaggle of friends have been right up there in that kind of behavior as well, like getting people kicked off YouTube or just running them off YouTube, because they put the frighteners on people. I'm not frightened of them. I'm far from frightened of them. Do you know what? I genuinely don't give a shit, and it's pretty hard to upset somebody who doesn't give a shit. So there we go. I need one of the phones for old folks' phones, the big buttons. Oh, old folks' phones. Jesus Christ, Cassius. Spell worse. I can make out what you're saying when you spell worse. How many will never know about? That's very true. That's really very, very true. And like, there's been a few people that have come to me via Discord or whatever, like, and has told me that they were run off from YouTube by Chuff's friends and all sorts of things. And it's really, really frightening to think that these people have that kind of power. Well, I'm sorry, they wouldn't do that to me. Tell them to go fuck off. I will do what I want, where I want, when I want, and I'm not asking nobody for permission. Uh, uh, Dehan with his red arrows pointing to people's houses. He is one big red fucking arrow. That's all that man is. He's a dope, and now we all know it. Am I still? It's okay, Cassius. You're a lot better. You're so much better. My enigma machine is now struggling, Cassius. You're okay. You have to read Cassius phonetically. Wait. No, I know. It's just I was expecting it to be worse. And then I'm like, oh my God, everything is spelled right. And then I switched over to spelled right mind. And then I couldn't read it. No, I prefer it when you don't spell right. No. MD, the harmless one. Oh, the homeless one. Yeah, homeless and harmless. Yeah, both of them really. He likes to think of himself as being this big hard man. Um, yeah, okay. Well, I suppose everybody looks in the mirror and sees a lion, don't they? Or supposedly. But I'm finally at a point where I can happily say I am so emotionally detached from the shit show now. I have not been able to listen to any of those lies about Claire. No more. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know. So I think we're all the same. Do you know? I think we're all just jaded. We're jaded by the whole thing, the lies from the very, very start. The whole case is based on lies. My son was never in trouble. Yes, he was. My son doesn't have a crime. Yes, he does. My son. Yes, he does. Like it's all lies, all of it. From the reason he was taking AD to court to now, right up to now, it's all based on lies, and it's uh, it just boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind that they cannot see that. And we were only made privy to afterwards, after we put in all that money and all the time, and after we got the crowd justice going, all that kind of thing. That only came out after that. And I think that's what's so annoying. If we only had found out before all of that, would have saved us all a lot of time and effort. Because then he would have just looked really ridiculous, you know. Because we would have had the mugshot and his rap sheet and everything else about him. And how could he accuse AD of lying about a mugshot or all of that back then when he clearly had it? Simcast love, just in the car. Oh, what is the story? Has she been making more videos? I haven't seen anything from Simcast in a long, long, long time. I don't, I don't go near her channel. The last time I did, I think it popped up in my feed, and I think it was she was doing something about BAM again. How strange, how strange. And I think that's what's killed her channel, to be honest with you. The way she went on about BAM this, BAM that, especially after she had passed, then playing her voice messages, all of that kind of thing. I'm convinced that's what's killed her channel, because she doesn't have the numbers she used to have. And you can put it out as tastefully as you like. It was in bad taste. All of it was in bad taste. And you know it. Well, if you don't know it, you should know it now. You've lost half of your channel because of that. And I think it's probably going to end up, she's going to end up doing nothing on that channel now. I've never seen Cast to make a video in months. I think, yeah, I know. High Insight 2020. It's true. High Insight. Cassie or something like that. I'll definitely give that a listen. I still use yours, JC. Yeah, JC's music, her mixes are fucking insane. They are so cool. Who cares? I told her I was surprised she did not stream live from BAM's grave. Yeah, you know what? I'm surprised she hasn't gone up to the grave, done a little video, and then posted it. Done her podcast. Fucking podcast. My arse. She uploads videos. It's not a podcast, love. I'm surprised she didn't do that. Like, go to the grave and record about the grave, and because that would be right up her street. I think she ran out of things to say about BAM. Yeah, because she was making half of the shit up. Anybody who knew BAM were just sitting back laughing at her, going, "Oh my god, you're so cringe, woman. You're so fucking cringe." She was obsessed with BAM as MD was with AD. Oh, I agree with you, Tamara. I agree with you. She was absolutely obsessed with BAM, and it killed her when BAM gave her the boot. BAM gave her the boot because she was constantly coming into her chat saying, "Oh, BAM, so and so said such and such about you. BAM, 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 so and so made a video about you. BAM, 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 so and so said." She was trying to stir the shit. And BAM just didn't want to know. She didn't want to know. If they're talking about me, let them talk about me. I don't give a shit. Coming with tales, every other day, like, it's just ridiculous. And she got sick of it, She was trying to stir the crap, and, BAM wasn't having it. She had something like 32 BAM videos, mostly after she died. Another coward. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. I mean, if anything, when myself and BAM, I can only speak for myself and BAM, but when we sort of parted ways, I said what I had to say to her. I said what I had to say to her, and I didn't feel the need to go and make umpteen videos about BAM and this, that, and the other, because you know what? When it's all said and done, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't matter, you know. And that's it, you know. And I will still be kind towards Bam because she wasn't well. At least the last year, I can see it. The last 6 months was bad, you know. So I'm going to be kind towards her because she was my friend at one time, and I'll honor that. Some people might not, but I will. I'll honor that. Another coward was, yeah, oh, I read that. Should she still let her stalker in? Does she have a stalker? Oh, bingo, like Chuff and such, yeah. First she cried when Bam died. Oh, God, yeah. And then said she was her friend. Oh, for clicks and views. Then she threw her under the bus for some reason, clicks and views. Absolutely, Dar. She knew what she was doing. You know, she pretended that she was, oh my gosh, I was so touched. I remember she said, oh, Bam was like a big sister to me. I'm like, really? Oh my God, are you that lonely that some woman from the internet that you don't know for like, I don't know, at all, really, you've never met, well, you know, but she was like a sister to you? Okay, that doesn't scream. Tell me you're lonely without telling me you're lonely, you know? I can see her now outside Bam's house doing an interview. Oh God, yeah, she's probably interviewing like I don't know. She's trying to interview the grandchild or something, you know. I've purposely not watched her. I just don't. I never think about it to be honest with you. Disgusting, especially after Bam. I wasn't a big Bam fan, but that was in poor taste. It was in poor taste. We all knew it was in poor taste, but she didn't care. She thought she was going to be the hero, getting thousands of people in her chat and thousands of clicks and likes because she was going to be the rebel, you know. Oh, fucking do me a favor. I don't get it when people listen to lives of the people they don't particularly like. Crazy. Till I'm the exact same. I am the exact same. I can't waste my time or my brain cells on them. I really can't. Nobody wants to see her cleavage flapping around, gushing over dirty, scruffy. Like, it's a thirst trap. She posts thirst traps of herself, and that is to me, I cringed. I used to cringe every time I'd see her channel. I'm like, oh my God. And those pictures were old. They were old. They weren't like taken today or yesterday. They were old pictures, you know. You could see by the quality of them when she uploaded them. They were old ass pictures too. Um then whines and cries. Yep. Oh, genetic. I've gave her a tight fit the chest hanging. Oh, well, hang on. Let me read that again with the. I've gave her a right fit with the chest hanging. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Iva does take the piss out of people, and sometimes it's absolutely hilarious. Uh, and the night Bam went on about Helen blindfolded. Oh my God, yes, I remember that. I actually thought she was making that up. I did actually think she was making that up. Dirty whore. And she was always going with the wind, all over Bams. In my life, then sat herself firmly with Chuff and fucked up anything but a fairy. Oh my God, yeah, I know. And you know, I think it kills her because I think she would have liked him to stay on this side of the fence, but now she's gone over and like pretty much bound down to Helen and all their crew. Uh, she always needed protection, you know. She used to run behind Bam and us for protection, you know, and like what? Like, I'm not a monkey. I'm not going to protect you. Fuck off. Protect yourself. Bam was well aware that people were talking about her. Of course she was, Lady Witch. I mean, this ain't no first rodeo. This wasn't her first rodeo, I should say. Why did they think she said the thing she did? She had to have all eyes on her, and they gave it to her every time. Yeah, exactly. I did. Oh yeah, Simcast per stalker. That Nathan dude who always commented on her channel. Then suddenly she forgot about a block button and used it for yeah, used this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if he was bothering her that much, why didn't she block him? You know, it's easily done. And why didn't she report him? Block and report. That's what I would have done. And every time he'd come back, I'd do the same with every alt he'd come back underneath. But no, that was content. That was good content, you know. And she was so distressed. Bollocks. She had no issues with all his comments for a couple of years. Then puff, now he's a crazy stalker. I know. I know, but she will just change the title on somebody to suit her agenda, whatever is going through her head that day. I can't help myself. I learned that watching AD. Oh, this bloody thing. Where am I? The only comments she pins on her channel are those praising her looks. Oh my God. Really, I've never, mind you, I can't remember the last time I watched any of her stuff, so I couldn't tell you. She says, I'm glad for clip channels too. I get little, yes, me too, Dilly, me too. Well, I call you Dilly or Daff. I don't know which to call you. I'm the same. I'm so glad at this time when we were all sort of in the truth community. I don't even like saying that anymore. But we used to go to JC's all the time, and maybe outie, and maybe there was maybe arm hair. There was a couple that were doing videos, clips, and things. But yeah, that's who I used to go to for clips of AD or whatever was going on, because there was no way in hell I was going to be sitting through as manic shows. I'm not a hope. I like my mental health and I like to keep it well. Let me see. I've always made me laugh with her Simcast boob. She is hilarious. She is funny. You know, you got to give it to her, and she has an amazing voice. The woman can sing. Definitely, the clips can be savage. I laugh, never take it seriously. Of course, they can. Look, if you're on YouTube, be prepared to be fucked with. You know, but when I say fucked with, trolled, everybody gets trolled. Trolling isn't, whatever. You can say certain things, but when it crosses a line of decency, of all of that, we're talking more like legal ends of things here. When you call somebody a pedophile, and yes, I'll say it again, when you call somebody a pedophile, you better be damn sure you have your facts, because that is a horrendous thing to call anybody. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. To call somebody's very ill mum at home is just beyond deplorable. Beyond deplorable. And don't say you didn't know that Dara's mum wasn't well, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. You don't care about anybody. All you care about at the time, and I believe now still, is getting something for your content. That's all you care about. Content, content, content. What can I use for content? Who can I poke at now to get content out of? And what you've done to Dar, you people, what you've done to Dar, you're absolutely vile. Vile. You called there was a channel a long time ago called Waste Management. Well, there's a couple of yous in there that should have fucking got rid of yourselves. Waste management. You should have managed yourself. Yeah, absolute sickos, Jason. There's so many to name. They're all at it. Oh, I know. It's just insane. Like, I mean, as I said, I'm quite happy to have a conversation with anybody. About, if it doesn't matter if we don't think alike, or if we don't have the same opinion, or whatever. I don't care. If somebody comes up on my channel, they're going, hey, how's it going? Look, can we talk about this? Blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. I'm happy to do it all day long. But if you come on panel and you've got this angry energy or this nasty energy, it's going to be given back to you. So don't come on somebody's panel with an attitude and then wonder why you're getting attitude back, because that's what's going to happen. If you genuinely come on somebody's channel wanting to have a proper debate or a conversation about something, come on with a decent, open attitude. Because nothing will ever be solved if people are constantly getting on panels, screaming and shouting at each other all day. It doesn't get anywhere, and it just leaves people more angry because nobody's been heard and nobody's got a chance to, put their point across. Truth with the proof, like Norman would say. God, Norman, yeah, he was another one that's gone, bless him. I mean, I didn't know him. I don't think I really liked him from what I knew, but he's gone as well. I still vote Dilly. Norman, damn it. Yes, Lady Witch, with something wrong with your fingers. Oh God, I'm trying to smoke. Puff pass. Oh, you're funny. Let me see. They don't respect that other people actually have a life going on. They've got nothing but YouTube status fuck. I know, Dar. I know. But yeah, I mean, can they not get that through their heads that we don't sit on our phone, like watching our phones 24 hours a day, or our computers, or whatever you tend to use? Like, we actually do have lives, we have things to do all day long, every day. We don't have the time for this foolishness. It's just, yeah, and we will get around to it. Speaking of waste management, Linda, aka Sarah Condry, also has her channel. Hidden her also has hidden her channel. Oh yeah, we kind of knew that. The old Dropbox queen with, yeah, I know, 3 terabytes of every nobody on YouTube. It's so weird. I think I have her new channel though. I think it's Hannah something or other, or something with Hannah. Nearly sure that's her. Um I'm nearly 100% sure that's her. I think I posted it in chat. I must, oh, ages ago though. Yeah, I think her new account now is Hannah something Hannah. Vanilla pieces, tastier, both were gobbled. Oh yes, your cakes, your chocolate and your vanilla cake, yum. That's right. To put that much energy into YouTube stuff, it is crazy. I mean, if you have a channel and you're making a series, or if you're out and about and you're doing stuff, and then that's great. That's different. You're making content for YouTube in order to have some sort of maybe a career, or in the hopes that it gets profitable and you can go on and do more, maybe invest more into the shows, whatever. I can understand that, but these people aren't doing that. They're just sitting around seeing what bullshit they can come up and then exploit it on their channel. It's pathetic. They've been pulling this crap for years. They're seasoned at it. One day it's going to bite them hard. Oh yeah, I think Martin's getting a taste of nibbles at the moment. I think he's having his arse nibbled at the moment, and it ain't by Helen, and it ain't by any of us, shall we just say. I say it already, is Dar. My freaking cat just invited a squirrel into the house. I'm so glad I was watching. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god! I was live one day. I don't know if you were here. Actually, Cassius must remember this, because I was like, Cassius, don't leave me, Cassius. A bird. I have a stove, a solid fuel stove in front of, like, in my living room, and it's in front of me when I'm sitting down on the phone. And a bird, I didn't know what it was. A bird had flown down and got stuck in the thing. So I opened it and out it came. Oh my God. I nearly lost my life, and it kept banging into all the windows. I've loads and loads of windows and doors, and just kept banging into all the glass doors and the windows. Oh my God. I was almost hysterical, but not quite. I was like, Cassius, don't leave me. Don't leave me, Cassius. But a squirrel, I haven't had a squirrel in the house yet. I've had a little lizardy thing on my doorstep. I've had a few weird yolks, all right, but I haven't had a squirrel. Hey, Hippie Jake, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. My cat kills squirrels. I have two. Oh, well. Oh well. They are cute. Well, the thing that we're trying to sort of we're trying to increase our red squirrels over here, because the gray squirrels have taken over, and yeah, they're hugely on the decline, the red squirrels. So we're trying to save them. Some people can't handle anyone having a different opinion. If Wick and I disagree, we don't call each other horrible things over. Absolutely not. Why would I? It's just an insane sort of headspace to be in, or like, we all won't get on all the time. I mean, that's just human nature. You're not going to get on with somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, fucking every day of the year. It's not possible. Different opinions will come into play, different whatever. Like, people have different lives and different realities in their lives. But am I going to argue with somebody over it? Am I going to fall out with one of my friends over it? Absolutely not. No. No, we'll just agree to disagree, and maybe not talk about that again, and just, move it on. It's just a stupid way to live your life, because you will never, ever, ever have any lifelong friends that way. And I know that for facts. I've friends that I've had since practically the day I was born. We grew up with each other. She lives in the UK now, but we're still in touch. We're still friends. And she's known me since I was literally a baby. Um, yeah, I mean, you will not keep friends if you're gonna do that kind of shit. If you have something that you need to speak to a friend about, fine, just speak to them about it. But yeah, the way people carry on in here, taking heads off each other, is just ridiculous. And then putting out their private conversations, let it be voice messages or voice notes or text messages. That is just so fucking low. It's just horrible behavior. Hello Wicked Moon, slept through Jen's live. Oh wow, oh wow, oh that's just terrible. I'm only joking with you. Thought I better wake up early today. Oh bless you. I opened my affair this morning, turned it hall. Oh no, there a rat half alive lying on the floor. I had to scoop it up, not touching it, threw it outside. Oh my! Oh, now see, I would be there with you. I would have had a little heart attack. Yeah, I would have been having a little scream too. And no, I definitely would not have been touching that. Yeah, just pan and brush and just out. Ugh. Oh, Shaz, take care. Have a good one, darling. I'm not going to be on much longer. I've got loads of stuff to do too. But have a lovely day, and I hope your appointment goes well. You're still not over. I wouldn't be over it either. I'd be sick. That unfortunately would be running around my head later on tonight, and I'm trying to go to sleep. But that won't happen to you. Sorry. Fucking hell. I just got through reading your post. Well, Cartoon Loons, she is just ridiculous. And any time she shows her head, it's just more ridiculous, nondescript bullshit. I mean, nobody even knows what she's saying or what she's trying to say. It's just I can't even make myself read it. I was squealing something bad and gross out jumping around. I can imagine you. Oh my god. I don't like mice and rats. They're two things that I don't like. And I know loads of people have them as pets, and and they are cute and they're lovely and all that. No, I don't want one in my house. I don't want a wild one in my house. I don't want a tame one in my house. I don't want them in my house. They freak me out. I know people think they're like little pocket puppies and they chase things and bring it back to you. And I know that's cute and it's lovely, but no, I can't have that kind of thing in my house. I'd lose my mind. Oh, my daughter had what were these little hamsters? They broke out the cage, and I was nearly losing my mind. I was nearly losing my life because there was about 7 of them. Yeah. But it was a live still witch, and there's still a hole in second floor hallway covered with paper for like what? Oh, come on. Why is your apartment building needs to be seriously sorted out? I don't know what they're doing there, but I mean, if it's not your internet, it's like fucking shit going wrong. I mean, can you move? And I don't know if that would be any help, but Jesus, God love you. I mean, they really need to get their shit together. I have to go get sorted now. All right, Dale, have a good one, darling. Have a great day. I'm gonna head off now in a minute anyway. I just wanted to get up and have a wee chat. I will have to go back over my notes and have them properly ready. And I will have to get salty. We salty. Ah, I can't believe it. Just as I say her name. We salty. She has appeared. But I was just going to say I'm going to get my notes and my stuff together so we can do the Ed Gein thing and just get it done because I want to move on for other ones who invited the stuff. Oh Lord, Lady Witch, you what did you, I love rodents, but wild ones can be problematic. Yeah, I don't mind like when I say I don't mind tame ones, I don't mind going to a friend's house and their little ones are there and they're running around, they're doing their thing. That's fine. We know they're clean, they're healthy, all of that. But the wild ones coming in, no, thank you. I have an issue with them. I need to move, but can't afford anywhere else. Been here 13 years. Oh God, yeah. Is it the same in Canada as it is here in Ireland? Because like it's just ridiculous here to try and get anywhere to rent first, and then the prices are just fucking off the wall. You are not half Scottish. Are you joking me? On your mum's side? Ah, that answers so many questions. I'm joking. No, definitely. I am going to finish that. I'm going to finish the TV show because I want to sort of go against, facts to where it's all fiction in the show. Because I think a lot of people won't realize half of this is just, fiction and not factual at all. Um, so yeah, that would be good. Okay, it's 20 past 3 and I am going to have to go because I have things that I've got to do. But it was wonderful to see everybody here today. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hello. I will get my shit together and I will get the Ed Gain thing watched and we will definitely do it. No, she's not Brian. JC is a liar. I'd have to ask my nanny, my mum. Oh, yeah. Her maiden name is Hut. Hoot. Hoot. Her name is Hoot. I wonder whereabouts in Scotland she was from. That's gas, isn't it? Small world getting smaller. Okay, my lovely people, I am going to love you and leave you. I will try and jump back on tomorrow. But I know I won't have anything. I won't have watched all of them by then. But maybe we might try and head for the end of the week. Salty, if you're around, we can do maybe Ed Gain at the end of the week. If you're free. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. I'm going to let you people get out of here and get on with the rest of your day. Okay, listen, lots of love. Be safe, be careful, and have fun. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love yous all. Good luck. Bye.